Welcome. Great morning, everybody. This is Leo Robles. Welcome to your weekly Power Up and Market Update. It's the last day of June. We're about to step into July, and the year is halfway gone, right? So I'm super excited to join you guys today. It's Monday. It's a beautiful, cloudy day here, and I intend that you had an amazing weekend. I'm going to go ahead and start off here with my intention, just like every week, because I believe that if you have an intention with everything that you create, then your outcome in that situation is going to be much, much better, right? If you create an intention before you have a conversation or before you step into a meeting, watch the results. And how you create an intention is if you declare it, right? If you're going to meet with a customer, you want to tell yourself, what is the experience that the customer will have? What's the experience that I'm going to have, and what results are we going to produce by this interaction and this business move that I'm about to do? So it's critical that you set up an intention, because the intention is going to dictate the results. And do that for fun. Next time that you interact with your family, your friend, or a business partner, whatever, set an intention. Say to yourself, you know what, this is the result that I want to create. Just talk to yourself a little bit, and then boom, step into that meeting or that phone call and watch the results and see how it happens. So the intention for this meeting is to empower you to be inspired and resourceful to be the greatest benefit to everyone. So let's grow. Thank you so much for joining this morning. So here on the next slide, it's the beginning of the second quarter, right? I mean, we're literally right here, 1 or 2 days away from July already. And the year is halfway gone, right? So I just want to make sure that you know that the year, 6 months are gone. And obviously we've had a crazy first 6 months here of the year, beyond, the industry, but the world has been changing drastically, with COVID, and, you had riots, and you had, all these things that are coming to surface. So if you look outside, it could look pretty crazy, it looks like almost the world is kind of falling apart. And, whether you had great results in the first half, or you had, actually, and I said second half, or it's the second quarter, whether you had great results here in the first half, or had, okay results, or you had like not so good results in the first half, you want to make sure that you start to put yourself right now in a position where you have a blank canvas and you got a way to restart right now. Because whatever happened in the first half, it happened already and it's gone. That's called the past, right? So I want you to stop dwelling on the past. I want you to really, write down, what it is that you created, though. I really want you to say, okay, cool. This is what I did my first half. Transactions, this is how much money I made. Did I hit my goals? And I want you to revisit your New Year's goals, right? What did you write down for yourself that you were going to create this year? And I want you to see, and I want you to measure if you're actually on target to hit your goals, right? And I know a lot of people, because of everything that happened, a lot of people are off track on their goals. So I really want you to get this moment as a restart, a reboost, because no matter what happened here in the first half, and no matter what is happening in the world, you have the ability within you to really create here in the second half of the year. You can really create some momentum and still hit your goals, because it doesn't matter what happened in the first half, right? So I really just want you to get clear, whatever the results are, write them all down. And whether they were good, bad, or ugly, just write them all down, everything you've experienced. And then I want you to get another blank page, and I want you to get, revisit your goals of the beginning of the year, and then write down what the gap is. What is the gap from right now to where you want to be by the end of the year, and then dissect that goal, and then put specific metrics on how you're going to accomplish that, right? You have basically 6 months, and if you count the holidays and everything, you basically have 5 months and some change, like 5 months in a week, right? So, what are you going to do during those 5 months in a week? Are you going to, how many posts are you going to do? How many posts of advertisement? How many past clients are you going to contact? How many new customers are you going to generate? How many hours or how many contacts are you going to have every single day? Are you going to get on the phone? Are you going to do some more internet marketing? Are you going to do Facebook ads? Are you going to do Google ads? Are you going to do virtual open houses? Are you going to be doing some digital door knocking? You know, what is it that you're going to create here in the second half, and get really, really clear about that? And I want you to write it down specifically. And most importantly, I really want you to position yourself just as you had completed all those goals. And I want you to, like, you know, what is your experience of life, you know, standing there 1/1/21, all of your goals are done. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? Like, what is the sense of yourself? Like, who are you and how are you perceived? I want you to write down what that feeling feels like and really come to that every single day, so you can get connected to that emotion, right? Because we create our world within first, right? We create it in the invisible, and then that invisible dream and goal becomes a reality. So take some time and do that. You don't have to do it now, but make sure you do that today, because we're about to start the second half of the year, and this is going to be your time. You know, no matter what happened, I believe in you. You got everything that you need to accomplish all of your goals and dreams. And the market, as you're going to see, is hot, and there's plenty of business out there, right? So let me show you some numbers so you can get inspired. So this is the weekly market update, and this is for 1 week. So I really just want you to get present to that. You know, there's a ton of business out there. You know, I know a lot of the times we get like confused, or we're like, oh, you know what, is the market doing okay, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is noise, but look, pay attention to what actually happened in 1 week. So in Los Angeles County, we have over 10,200 homes available right now. Those are in active status. And in escrow, we have over 8,368 homes in Los Angeles. Closed in 1 week, 887 homes, $916,000 average price point, 35 days on the market on average, $812 million in volume in 1 week. That's incredible. You know, I just really want you to pay attention to how much business was done just in LA County. And now if we move over to San Bernardino County, we got 3,400 homes available, 4,440 in escrow, 499 closed, and 406 is the average price point, 44 days on the market, and another 202 million in San Bernardino, right? Now, if you go to Orange County, you got 4,734 homes. In escrow, we got pending 3,710, and 520 homes closed in Orange County in 1 week, $972,000 price point, it's the average, 37 days on the market, and $505 million in volume. Then you got Riverside County, you know, 5,143 homes available, pending almost 6,000 homes, 717 homes sold in Riverside County, 486 million, 49 days average days on the market, $348 million in volume. Those are only these 4 counties. Now I want you to pay attention to this next slide, because this is going to show you what San Diego did, because we also have some agents in San Diego. So check it out. 4,810 homes available, 5,100 in escrow, over 601 homes sold. Average price point is $770, 29 days on the market, $464 million in volume. So I want to summarize everything for you so you can see what actually happened. Over $2.3 billion closed in 1 week. Over 3,200 homes sold in 1 week. We got over 28,000 homes that you can go out there and sell. And we also have 27,000 homes that went into escrow. And if you average out all the days on the market in the 4 counties, you got 38 days on the market on average. So I just want you to pay attention to, you know, how much potential is out there. Because if you're really thinking about, is there business out there? Absolutely. I always want you to pivot to the numbers, because the numbers never lie, right? And as you're going to be creating your next half goals, you want to pay attention to what I just talked about, because the volume and the business is absolutely possible. Everything is absolutely possible. So here on the next slide, I'm going to go ahead and cover the weekly expireds. You know, how many homes expired in 1 week? So we had 427 homes that expired off the market. That means that these owners need your assistance. They need your help.
Go ahead and get in conversations with these owners. And then also with the for sale by owners, there's still a lot of people out there that are trying to sell homes by themselves. But wouldn't you agree that the necessity for a real estate agent is the greatest ever, especially with COVID? There's additional disclosures, there's additional liabilities. You want to get in conversation with these individuals that have expireds and for sale by owners, because right now they need to get on the market with an agent. And why not be you, right? Get in conversation with them, be honest with them, be direct with them, and follow up, and you will get that business. That's a lot of homes that you can go after there. And then in the next slide here, you're going to see the foreclosures. You know, what actually is in foreclosure right now in Riverside, San Bernardino, Los Angeles, and Orange County. This is what's in pre-foreclosure. We got 1,100 homes in Riverside County. We got 953 in San Bernardino, 2,765 in Los Angeles, and 771 in Orange. And then I also just measured, you know, what actually sold at auction this last month. So we had 10 homes that sold in auction in Riverside, 9 homes sold in auction here in San Bernardino, 24 homes sold in Los Angeles, and 2 sold in Orange County. So those numbers are a little bit higher than usual, because everything that I've seen has been postponed, and we've only had like 1 or 2 properties actually go to auction. So the number was a little bit higher. So I'm starting to see that little increase. But the postponements are very, very high. I mean, if you look at what's scheduled still to sell, there's 42 in Riverside, 25 in San Bernardino, 79 in Los Angeles, and 12 in Orange County. I think that all those will be postponed, or the majority. But again, these are numbers that we got to pay attention to. And these owners need your help. They need your help because they're in pre-foreclosure. So you want to reach out to them. You know, a lot of them are going to have equity. You can help them to sell their property. You can also arrange that there's different programs out there for the government. So just expose them to different opportunities, because they will remember that even if they have to sell and they have to short sell, they're upside down. Make sure you get in touch with them, because their properties, if they don't do anything with them, will go to auction. And at auction, they're going to get $0 and nothing. They're not going to get anything whatsoever. So get in touch with these individuals. I use a system called Property Radar. That's how I get this information. So you can go ahead and tune in and get these pre-foreclosures and foreclosures. That way you can go and door knock, you know, you can go and deliver some little postcards, whatever the case is. So here are the numbers for EXP. So we have, the stock is on fire. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the stock, but man, EXPI stock is up by $3, $17.44. And we are also increasing by agents a lot. Like in just last week, we increased by 87 agents here in California. We currently have 3,855 agents, and we have over 30,000 agents around the nation and around, you know, if we look at Canada, UK, and Australia, and we're supposed to be opening up in 6 additional countries very, very soon. So these numbers are going to absolutely increase. And we're also creating a partnership with a commercial company. We're going to be recruiting an entire commercial company to EXP. So I believe that our stock is actually going to be even going higher. You know, it's the only thing right now that's making noise out in the industry, because it's the only value proposition for a real estate agent, period. So then the next slide here, you're going to look at the interest rates. You know, what are interest rates doing? Interest rates are pretty much, they've been consistent. They're anywhere from 3 to 3.5% interest rate right now. Obviously, there's some people that are getting, you know, even lower. So it just depends on, you know, what your customer's credit and what scenarios, but make sure you check with your lender. But the interest rates are on fire. If you're out there showing properties, if you're looking at property, you see that people are lined up outside of their house. Make sure you get in conversation with people right now. Make sure you ask every single person you know. Let them know how hot the market is. Let them know that they should be going into a home. They're not going to see the interest rates like this for a long time. So it's never been like this, guys. So you want to get in conversation with every single person that you know. The next slide here, I'm going to talk about my calendar. And if you don't have my calendar, this is my living calendar. It's Calendly. You can actually just schedule Zoom calls or conversations with me if you need coaching, or if you need me to talk to an agent, whatever the case is. And if you don't have my calendar, go ahead and text my number there and text the word calendar, and you'll get an immediate response with my calendar. That way you could, you know, just schedule the appointment directly. You don't have to contact me and tell me, hey, you have time here or there. Everything is online, and you can completely get access to my whole schedule 100% of the time through that link. So just make sure you text that. These are the upcoming events. So we have breath work here. We have at 10 o'clock. It's Flow Mondays, what we call it. So if you don't have the link for that, go ahead and send a message over to me and I'll send it over to you. But Flow Mondays are super powerful because it'll get your week started off right. It's going to start at an additional 45 minutes from now. And I love it. I do it every Monday at 10 o'clock because I get myself in the zone, because I get connected to what is important. I get myself in a grateful space. And then from there, my entire week is just that much better. I also have a KV Core Mastermind. It's at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Make sure you tune into that if you have any sort of KV Core questions. And then I also have on Friday, the EXP introduction, just like I do every Friday. So if you have anybody in your life that wants to learn about EXP and wants to log into a webinar, they can go to my webinar at 10 o'clock there on Friday. So going to the next slide here, what are you going to create this week? So in addition to you rewriting all your goals and making sure that you have a game plan here to crush it the second half of the year, what are you going to create this week? You know, let's dice it in and dial it in on a daily thing and on a weekly thing. And I want you to visualize and dream. How many listings are you going to sign? How many open escrows are you going to have? How many closings? How many agents are you going to attract into the company? Make sure that you get specific with these numbers, because the more specific you are and the more that you see it, the more that you'll believe it and the better and faster it's going to manifest into your life. So in the next slide here is I want you to create a possibility, because when you're in possibility, you're a magnet. You're open to opportunities. And a possibility is just simply space for you to be able to manifest and also create what you like. And I like to pick 2 words on a weekly basis to basically, you know, give me like direction on what I'm going to be creating. So who I am is the possibility of being connected and inspired. So that means that that's who I'm going to be all week. That's who I'm going to be in every interaction. That's who I'm going to be in every conversation. That's who I'm going to be in all these transactions, every meeting, connected and inspired. So you can pick those 2 words, or you can pick any. They could be grateful. They could be loving. They could be energetic, whatever the case, excited. You want to pick 2 words and make sure that those 2 words dictate everything about your week, because once you agree, your words create your world. So whatever you tell yourself is going to be eventually what's going to become a reality. So what is your focus, right? What are you going to create this week? And this slide, honestly, I don't change it on a weekly basis, because this is the thing about success. Success is not going to be something that you have to consistently try to figure out. You know what you got to do on a weekly basis. So this is why this slide is going to be basically the same. You got to create your day. You got to make sure you write it down. You want to follow that plan. You want to make sure you bring integrity to that and allow your calendar to dictate your day, right? If you were working at a McDonald's and you had a calendar and they told you that you need to put the French fries at 7 o'clock in the morning, you would do that every single morning and you wouldn't have a choice. So I want you to look at your real estate business just like that. You also want to keep yourself in an empowering state. Everything revolves around this. And this is the key, right? If you're not inspired, if you're not positive, if you're not in this good mental space, then a lot of the things that I'm talking about won't even make an impact, and you're probably not going to get yourself there. So you want to make sure that you get yourself unstuck. And how you do that is that you get excited about your future. This is why I want you to rewrite your goals. I want you to start with a blank slate, because if you actually do that, you're going to be excited when you wake up in the morning. You're going to go excited when you go to bed. You're going to be dreaming about your dreams and your goals, and you're going to wake up with that enthusiasm, and it's going to be much different the next day. So you want to have at least 30 conversations every single day, unless you got a ton of business, right? Unless you're making all the money in the world. If you're in real estate, your only job is to have conversations with people about buying or selling properties. That's the only 2 conversations you should be having. So you want to have a minimum of 30 conversations a day with people like that. Do 2 or more social media posts a day about business, about real estate. Get yourself out there, because if people don't know that you're in the business, they're not going to see you, right? The best way for people to see you right now, and it's been online, right? More than ever, if you don't have an online presence, you are going to get phased out of the business. So make sure you're posting on social media. Don't be a secret agent. Let people know that you're in the business. Digital door knocking, text blast. Use KV Core at a high level. KV Core is absolutely powerful. I keep saying this on a weekly basis, but if you haven't dipped into it, Make sure you master this system. It's very, very powerful. Also, be empathetic when you speak to people. Get into the world. Come from a space of contribution, because if you come from a place of service, then you're going to get the business that you want. That's just the way it works, right? If the secret is living is giving. Make sure that you're also exercising. You do push-ups. You do something physical to get yourself, excited, and you get your blood flowing, because if you're not at peak state, you're not going to do anything, right? Meditate. Also, this is something I do on a weekly basis. Just sit quietly for 10 minutes, quiet the mind down, and observe all the junk that you keep telling yourself, right? Because the more and more and more and more you show up to your meditation practice, the better you become at it. There's not going to be a thing where you can't tell yourself, well, I'm not good at meditation. You really don't know if you're good at meditation. And nobody can actually say that, because meditation is just like a muscle. You have to build it day in over day, right? Just like if you were to work out. So that's basically the formal part here of the presentation. That is going to be complete. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. If you tuned into it live, thank you for your time. And if you're listening to this on the replay, thank you so much. Create an extraordinary day. Make sure you bring your energy and enthusiasm to this week. This is your week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.